As a doctor who believes in sustainable weight loss, these are 5 things that I would not do or recommend, and it might be a little bit controversial.
A lot of social media presence with people that are experts in their field. Dr. Janelle, I hope I'm saying her name right, found this video on TikTok, and I just wanted to go over what she said. Keep in mind, I'm not trying to challenge her by any means. I'm sure she knows a lot more than someone like myself knows, especially with her being in that field and working on probably the nutritional side of things a lot more than I typically do. But let's just get to it.
As a doctor who believes in sustainable weight loss, these are 5 things that I would not do or recommend, and it might be a little bit controversial. But number 1, I will never recommend fat burners, detox teas, or BCAAs. They don't work.
First one, fat burners. I agree with her, they're a joke. Detox, I agree with her, they are a joke. For the exact same reason for both of them. One, they're not sustainable. One, fat burners, 9 times out of 10, the stuff that's being fat burners, they probably shouldn't go in your body in the first place. For detoxes, they're about as useful as the time you go to the bathroom. Outside of that, they're pointless, because 9 times out of 10 when people do them, they don't change their lifestyle or change their approach on how to eat or what they're doing. They're literally just doing a detox and using that as a form of losing weight, when all you're really doing is pretty much trying to cleanse out your insides, and it's not effective when it comes down to staying in shape or getting in shape. Now, for BCAAs, I disagree, and like I said, there might be research done that says otherwise, but for me, and I'm going for me, keep in mind, I know that the exception does not make the rule. For me, they do work, they do personally work, for the simple fact, I'll use chest and leg day. After chest day, after leg day, I always cramp up, and it's not because of lack of zinc or lack of multivitamins. It's because I push myself on those days. A specific way that typically cramps me up a little bit. Now, with that said, I'll do BCAAs. BCAAs are meant to help you recover when it comes down to soreness, muscle soreness, and recovering your muscles for the next day. Now, after I drink BCAAs, this helps my body naturally recover. It also counters pre-workout, that's another story. It usually helps me go to sleep regularly as well, but my body typically doesn't cramp up. Back on topic, my body typically doesn't cramp up when I take BCAAs. When I do not take them, I tend to cramp up very frequently. So I do disagree. Like I said, the exception, I know the exception doesn't make the rule. Heard it 1,000 times that they don't work. Not for me, they work for me.
Number 2, severe calorie deficit. If you're eating 1,200 calories, that is how much a toddler needs to eat. It's not sustainable, and it will lead to binge restriction.
Agree 1,000,000%. You're eating like a baby, you're gonna lose weight, but guess what? It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable, meaning as soon as you start introducing other foods and start eating more, you're gonna gain that weight right back. The purpose isn't to lose fast weight. The purpose is to walk around comfortably looking the way you want to look. So I agree 1,000%.
Number 3, I don't recommend keto. It's shit on your cholesterol. It
Valid. Keep it moving.
can lead to cardiovascular disease. Not sustainable. Number 4, I don't recommend CrossFit as a form of exercise. I've seen too many injuries, too many torn ligaments, and
Just pause right there for CrossFit. I couldn't agree with her more, but at the same time, you have to look at it from a different perspective. CrossFit is not your normal workout thing. So for example, what we do here every day is a straight structure, power, cardio, core. If you don't take care of your body, you're likely to get injured doing any type of exercise. CrossFit does a lot of athletic movements that are typically practiced in your usual gyms. With that said, and a lot of it does a toll on your body. So I like to look at gyms like CrossFit as a sport of fitness. So for example, like a basketball, like a football, like y'all get it, a sport. So if you consider CrossFit to be a sport of fitness, that means like you're really putting a toll on your body. So I'll use me for example. I used to play football. At the end of the week after a game, I had to do a lot of things to recover my body to be prepared to practice Monday, let alone play the next game. So I had to do ice baths, I had to do all of that stuff to help me recover, because of the sport, the bruise and the banging that I was doing on my body. That's the same thing for any lifter, let alone a CrossFit lifter. If you're not doing the things that help you recover, help you get through to your next workout, for example, ice baths, you have soreness on your body, getting the massages and the kinks out, stretching on a regular. If you're not doing that before you do your next lift, you're probably likely building up on top of, to the next time you're eventually going to get injured. Rather than doing the proper things to make sure you're ready for the next exercise, if you do that, it's doomed, bound to happen. Moving on.
Number 5, I do not recommend steroids, testosterone, TRT, that special sauce. The reason why is I've seen cancer, heart failure. If you're doing it, at least see a doctor so they can monitor your labs. Let me know what you think.
Now, obviously, agree 1,000%. Keep in mind, I have nothing against anybody who takes steroids. I know people who take steroids. It is what it is, but in this time you're seeing a lot of people pass away from simply taking steroids and not being recommended from a doctor, not listening or listening to their doctor when they're actually taking these steroids. Once again, I have no problem with somebody who takes it, especially when they're open about it. But it's not good for you. It's bad for your heart, it's bad for your body, it's bad for, let's just put it like this, a lot more cons than pros. So with that said, obviously she's valid, it is what it is. Well, that's all about the video. Let me know what you think, like, share, subscribe, y'all know all the YouTube stuff. Other than that, see y'all next time.